Chapter 4, The American Revolution. Section 4, Independence. The war was not going well for the British, or at least not the way they had planned, in the North. Those Northern soldiers were a little bit tougher than they had thought they would be. So the British decided to focus their attentions on the South because they have a strong loyalist population down there. They figured they'd be more successful down there. So they started focusing down there. And they also planned to help themselves out by freeing slaves when they went down there and giving them arms so they would fight against the Patriots. The war in the South was really, really brutal, more than any other part of the war. You'll see Patriots versus Loyalists in much of the battles down here in direct combat. The British will be down in the South destroying crops, they'll destroy farm animals and other property as they continue to go through the South. There was one particular British officer named Tarleton who just sowed fear throughout the South by refusing to take prisoners, just shooting them on sight, and killing anyone who tried to surrender. The British were successful in capturing Georgia. It was the last colony to join the Revolution, and it was the first one to fall to the British, and it will be captured in 1778. Soon after that, the city of Charleston, South Carolina, will fall to them in 1780. In August of 1780, Patriot forces, led by a man named Horatio Gates, will try to drive the British out of South Carolina, especially the city of Camden. However, that attack was poorly executed, and the Americans will fail to drive the British out, and they suffer many casualties as a result. Now, on the bright side of things in the South, you will have a patriot who will kind of switch up the plans a little bit, and his name is Francis Marion. He's nicknamed the Swamp Fox, and he used a type of fighting called guerrilla warfare. No, it wasn't a bunch of monkeys fighting each other or fighting the British. Guerrilla warfare in this particular case is kind of a hit-and-run, hide-and-seek type of warfare. They were surprise attacks, and the whole goal was to disrupt the communication supply lines of the British. In early 1781, the war was not going so well for the Patriots. They were low on money, and that money was meant to pay for soldiers. They were low on supplies. The help from the Allies did not, work out like they wanted it to. The British held most of the South by this point, and a really hard blow to the Patriots is when a general, Benedict Arnold, switched sides. He turned traitor and switched sides to the British. General Charles Cornwallis was put in charge of the British soldiers, and they were being harassed by Patriot General Nathaniel Greene. Cornwallis will move his 7,000 to 8,000 men to a place called Yorktown, Virginia, which is sort of a peninsula. And he went ahead and moved on to this peninsula in 1781, which was kind of a fatal flaw right there. Washington's Continental Army and French troops, led by Comte de Rochambeau, arrived on Yorktown and surrounded Cornwallis on the peninsula. So if you look at this map here, that's how I went. Here is the British situated at Yorktown. Here's Washington's army right here. Here's Rochambeau's men right here. On the other side too, where they surrounded Tarleton, who was sitting right there. Then you have the French ships who have arrived, and Cornwallis is surrounded. Nowhere to go. I'm going to make the dumb move and move to Yorktown Peninsula right here where I'm stuck and I can get surrounded. I'm an idiot. After weeks of fighting, Cornwallis is going to surrender on October 19, 1781, and the Patriots will capture over 8,000 prisoners of war. The Battle of Yorktown was the last major battle of the American Revolution. After Yorktown, there were some smaller battles that were still held, and that's probably due to the fact that communication during this time period was difficult. I mean, it probably took weeks before some troops in other parts of the country could hear that the last battle was Yorktown. But the British ended up just surrendering just because they lacked the funds to pay their soldiers, and so they went ahead and entered peace talks at this point. It took 2 years to come to an agreement, which was called the Treaty of Paris of 1783. The first part of this is that Britain recognized American independence. Next, you have borders being set for America. So, the Mississippi River, which is right here, this is the western border of the United States. The Great Lakes up here in the north, as the northern border. Right down here where Florida's at, that's the southern border. And of course, the ocean is the eastern border. This is the new United States of America. And finally, British had to accept America's right to settle west of the original 13 colonies. So here are the original 13 colonies. The orange area is the land that was forbidden to them by the British, but now they have the right to go settle there in the orange area. That's the end of Section 4.